I am super late, so I'm sorry, guys. I had let me get caught up, see who all popped in. Yeah, sorry I'm so late, guys. We had a guy here a few days ago working on our AC ducts in our attic, and he slipped off one of the support beams and put a hole in my ceiling. So he was here fixing that. Fun recent upgrade, Ford Performance lowering springs. I'll have to look into those. A new coil. It's got carbon fiber wheels. I have the carbon fiber wheels. Woo, Rich, those are pricey wheels. Excel is 10 years old and getting weak. Yeah, my car needs paint correction, and I need a new layer of ceramic coating, I think. Yeah, I'd love to get a ride in one as well. I've ridden a 350, but not like we weren't ripping it, that's for sure. Yep, jacking rails, quick jacks. I'd love to get a set of quick jacks. I know Costco sells them on clearance every now and then, but I don't have a Costco membership. I'd definitely put some jacking rails on my car for sure. And I think Broken Tools left based on what I read. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I definitely was just trying to get my house fixed. Exactly about yours rocks. I upgraded with the Dynavin CarPlay. Scott, the thing up, if you're still here, the Dynavin, that is the big screen, right? All I've heard is that if you get, I know if people get the giant tablet that's supposed to be like the Tesla screen, it doesn't like heat, so you got to be careful. It'll die. Well, I appreciate you hopping in here, Scott. I brought quick jacks because I didn't have headroom for a 4-post lift. They're nice. Cars off the ground, less than 2 minutes. Hey, Rich, how high do the quick jacks get the car off the ground? How much room do you have? Yeah, quick jacks are nice. Everyone else, yeah. I really do not want to lift in my garage. I really do not want to lift in my garage. Posts are always there and in the way, even if not used. See, the only reason I want to lift is because it makes room for another car. You lift one up, put one under it, as long as it's not leaking. Oh, up to 21 inches. Yeah, absolutely. I got cars, trucks, and would need one that would fit both. Well, the nice thing about my SUV, my Sequoia, is I can kind of just roll right underneath it without lifting it at all. More than enough to swap tires and do an oil change. I tell you what, Rich, the oil change on the Boss is like, I hate it. It's such a simple job, but I hate it so much just because of the amount of work I got to put in to get the car off the ground. Now it's easier because I actually have a low profile jack, but before I bought the low profile, I had to back the Boss up onto some ramps so I could get the jack under the front. Super sketchy. Oh yeah, Victor, we're good. I posted a comment. I guess people didn't see it, but I did make a post. I was getting my house fixed. Escape. That's what I was thinking. He dislikes with the 350. My dislike with the Boss is the standard shifter. When you go hard, it balks on occasion. Scott, biggest recommendation, and I don't know if we've talked about this. I talked to so many Boss owners. Stainless clutch line and a short throw. MGW if you can afford it. MGW, between the MGW and the stainless clutch line, I still have the stock shifter in the car, or stock transmission, and I'll rip on that thing, and it shifts great. I've never been locked out. I got an old Dodge truck that needs to do transmission R&R. What's up, everyone? Cars Escape, the 1.5 turbo has done well so far. 1.5. Those things have the eventually have the compression issues. Too much of it. I picked the quick checks because they don't fit under Shelby. They fit under the Shelby. Didn't care about the other cars. Yep. It'd be the same way, Rich. The Escapade. Escape. Broken, hopped off. Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up, guys, because I'm so far behind. I should have just started it live, but detach a 3-car detach. Oh, that's the dream right there, Rich. That's the dream. Oh, Scott said it. We're saying hey. So we got Rich. It seems like Rich is still here. Tim's here. Victor's here. Street Fox. Ken, what's going on? Man, I'm so far behind now because I read them all. Midnight Road Garage, what's going on? I have a 2-car attached garage and a 3-car detached. Yeah, that's the dream right there, Rich, for sure. What's up, Al? Al's in the house. So let me get caught up and we'll talk about what the plans are for the week and what's been going on. And looks OEM from 4. That's good. What's up, Midnight Road? Sublime, what's going on? About 3 feet. 21 inches is not 3 feet, Sublime. It's not even 2 feet. What's up, Fat Boy Fox? Everybody saying hey. Bama 50, how you doing, sir? Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys. Like I said, had an accident in my house that the guy had to repair. Still not even fully done. What's up, Gary? How you doing, sir? I'm saying hey. Everybody, please hit the like button if you don't mind. Help the channel out a little bit. Hey, Sublime, Rich, Street Fox. Okay, everybody saying hey, Barbecue Mike. How you doing, Mike Hall? It's been a minute, man. All right, everybody saying hey. Ken saying hey. Oh yeah, big mess fat. Same with the boss. The freaking pan. They put a. Is it the control? They put something right below where the filter is, and it gets covered in oil every single time. I thought about buying that thing you see advertised, which is like it's almost like silly putty that you can form and direct the oil out of there, right? I've seen it advertised briefly, but now I don't see it anymore. Yeah, there's too many to type. Yeah, Scott, MGW for sure the way to go. Guarantee you will not be disappointed. And Mr. Michael saying, hey. I watched 3 of your videos today, Mike's Garage. What is up, Sierra? El Coro from Australia. What's going on, El Coro? Racers and Rods. I don't think I've seen you in here unless you change your name from someone else I talk to a lot. So welcome. Thanks for hopping in here. Sea break at the gym club. Okay. Got you, Coro. Hey, my used to be YouTube friend. All right, here we go. Let's get caught up still. Lots of haze. Stupid fast truck. What's going on? Yeah, sorry. There was a hole in my ceiling, guys. I was getting the guy fell off the beam, put a hole in my ceiling with his foot. Actually, and yeah. So, or he cracked it real bad. Big crack. So he's fixing it. That's what took me a minute to get out here. Tinfoil to direct the oil. I've tried so many things, Fat Boy Fox. On the MGB, I even put like a trash bag under it, and I poked a hole in the bottom and just let it drain into it and trickle out the bottom. Oh, we can, Ken. I'll say this. I took it. So it's still the TBI motor. It's the same motor. All I've changed was the exhaust, Ken. And it's still slow, but it is definitely quicker than it was. So I do want to take it out and do a 0 to 60 video just to kind of compare. Because when I did the initial 0 to 60 video with the really choked exhaust manifolds, it was about, I don't know, 40 degrees outside. So it was cold air. So it was eating pretty well. It's hot. So if it can run a better time in 100 degrees than it did in 40, that'd be something. It's still slow for sure. I do want to start working on that motor, but we got a lot going on in the realm of my real job. So, Racers and Rods says he's a newbie here. So everybody, welcome Racers and Rods. Hey, Sierra. So, Mike, someone text Mike's garage because he needs to refresh. We are live. Tell him to refresh. Okay, you're a tell. All right, there you go. Image says waiting for. Yeah, sorry. I think you had me before the changes, but I'm good with losing. It's awful. I think I don't think I had you before the changes. It was very. I think 0 to 60. I clocked it, and I think the fastest I got it to was like 10 seconds. So it's slow, man. I think I might have got it sub 10. I might have got like a 9.8. 9.8. Let's see. What is up, dudes with wrenches here? All right, all caught up. So, schedule for the week. If you guys saw that spectator drags video I did, it's a lot more high-end cars at my local spectator drags than most of them around the country. Probably about 90% of them at least. Still like way more higher-end cars here, except for Cletus and cars, obviously, or Cletus drags, whatever they call it. So I'm probably going to go out again and do it on watch it on Friday. Might have some special stuff going on with the kids potentially. Depends on if the organizer is all right with it. Like if we're getting them out on the track and letting them run each other, because I got both kids hopped up to 24 volts, and then I'd chase them if they'd let me and just follow behind them. So I might do that on the local circle track. I want to do spectator drags again, but I want to start strapping some GoPros to people's cars because I know a lot of these people now, and just kind of get some videos from the cars running. I think it'd be cool, especially the cars that I know are going to run pretty hard. I'd probably try and single them out, strap it to them, have it facing backwards so you can kind of see them driving on top of the car that they're passing in the turns. I think you can get some pretty cool angles. But if you guys enjoy the spectator drag stuff, I love watching that stuff because you got people that are risking it for the biscuit, and I'm not willing to do that. I'll do 0 to 60 tomorrow and load up it as a short. If I make it under 60 seconds, I'll do a short. Ha, gotcha, Ken. Actually, that's a good idea. I could do that too. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. McLaren's and C8 at the Freedom Factory, and I know the C8 that runs. I've talked to him before on here. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Freedom Factory, we're not going to beat that one, but we do have some very nice cars here. It's a lot of young Marines around here, very young generation with some pretty nice cars. I know you look at like Oxford Speedway or whatever some of these other tracks are, and you'll see like G-body Chevys. You'll see like old 90s Blazers out there that have hopped up motors. Like you'll see people who like built their cars, but they don't care about them, right? They're not like, oh my God, I wrecked my car, the world's over. It's like, okay, I wrecked my car, let's just rebuild it, right? Harbor Freight box are nice. Yeah, I got to get one of those Harbor Freight boxes. See, I want to get rid of. I got a bunch of those little stand-up Craftsmans. I got 2 of the stand-up Craftsmans. That's like double decked, but they're pretty small, and I'd love to get rid of them and just get one big Harbor Freight. It's just more convenient. Oh yeah. Well, if I go, I'm going to probably have my kids. So I got to talk to Key because he was kind of saying he didn't want the kids inside the track, but I'm pretty good at corralling my children and making sure they're not in the way of anything. So I think they'd be fine. And I think that they would, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, me too, Street Fox. Going drag strip is awesome, even if you're not racing. It's not even a drag strip. It's the circle track. So if you guys have ever seen spectator drags, usually you get 2 cars that line up from a dead start and they drop the flag and they go. Well, the local spectator drags here, it's better. They do paced starts. So the pace car will duck off. They'll match speed and they'll wait for that the green flag to drop, and then they both take off. So it's actually more controlled start, and I also think it's more exciting, personally. Racers and Rods, I'm in Jacksonville, North Carolina, right outside Camp Lejeune. Yeah, Sierra, why aren't you racing again? Guys, yeah, so she raced, and Street Fox, there was some controversy over her race. Somebody in a Kia, or was it a Kia? What was it? It was an Infinity. Someone said that she cut them off when I looked at the video. Man, I had to edit the video, so I watched the video a lot. And she was just running a line, and the guy drove up behind her. His angle got cut off. He tried to pass in a bad time, and he decided to drive off the road. If you look at the video and you stop it, there's a frame rate where he's got a good 4 or 5 feet in between them, between their bumper, and he didn't have to make that move, but he tried to, and then he drove himself off the road. So, in my opinion, his fault. And believe me, Sierra, if I thought it was your fault, I'd tell you it was your fault, but I don't think it was your fault. About the boxes. What boxes are we talking about, Ken? I'm missing something. Sorry. What boxes are we talking about, Ken? Okay. Gotcha. I'm spoiled now on Rolling Tools over to car. Should have got it years ago. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, mine stay in my garage, and they're all pretty easily accessible. Man, we got 20 in here right now. I feel like we're getting back to the good old days of the live streams, guys. Usually I'd be out in the garage, but every time I go out there, you guys complain that the signal's not as great. So I'm doing it from inside. Okay. Mr. Mach 1's got to pee. All right. Got it. Maddox would love drag strip, especially if they have a jet car. We were actually supposed to have a jet car here recently, Victor, and so we were supposed to have that go down. There was supposed to be a real big drag. Actually, here's what was going to happen. They had scheduled some jet cars to come, and then that same time, they were going to do full contact drag racing, where I think you had to hit your opponent twice before you could finish. So it was going to be full contact drag racing. Everybody I knew here was going to go see it because everybody wanted to see it, and it rained, so they canceled it. Racers and Rods says, we cover Freedom Factory and Bradenton Motorsports Park drag racing on YouTube as well. All right. Hey, racers and rods, comment on something I got. Like leave a normal comment so I can check you out, my friend. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I talked to Jacoby Sierra, and he said after I sent him the video, he might have just been playing lip service to me, but he said he's like, yeah, dang, you're right. And so Jacoby thought I was right, but whatever. Well, not only that, Coro, not only did he get beat by a girl, but she was not trying. She did not even step on it. She was doing its most casual lap around I've seen. And I was like, I gave her some trouble for it later because she had to race a 3-valve next, and she really took it easy. But I was like, don't lose to the 3-valve. Tell him it's better to get me pissed off than pissed off. Oh, God, Gary. Okay, I got you, Ken. Yep, I got you. Oh, Sean in here? What's up, Sean? Sean Ryder. Sean, you working? Oh, well, I saw I watched the video. I shared it with a bunch of people. Whatever. Yes, 8 drawers and a place for my laptop. Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Guys, I have 2, maybe 3 videos saved up that I got to edit. But honestly, and I've wanted to put it out. I've honestly wanted to put out more content. But I mean, you guys know what I do for a living. So I've been tad busy with that kind of stuff going on. Sean, what's up with that? So Sean just sent me this picture of his car. I've never seen this chin splitter, Sean, on a S197. So what splitter is this that you got on here? Check this out, guys. I've never seen that on the 05 to 09s. It's almost like a retrofitted S550 splitter almost. Working from tomorrow. Working from home tomorrow, I'm guessing you're saying? Catching up. Oh, because Gary, the previous owners here were animals. I don't know. It wasn't us. Taped an X on my fog lights on my Mustang like I did my MGB for my 250 looks pretty bad. Yeah, Sean, looks good, man. I had the metal grates on my headlights on my MGB. I wasn't because that was my first time on the track with that car. Yeah. I've done the drag strip Sierra, and I want to go back because I got my tires, but I just haven't had a chance. Having coffee at work right now. That's the way to do it. Race car driver's son. Kermit was on display for a second straight car show tonight. We can try to do the video of the bosses whenever you want as the next video when you get a chance. That's the problem. Like, I have so many opportunities to do videos here locally, Sierra, that it's all just a matter of time. It's just not easy. I got a deal worked out with more GMC because they get a lot of used cars in the lot, a lot of nice ones. And they basically told me I could take whatever off the lot and go do a video on it. But I just don't have time to do it. And then like the time I do have, which is later in the evening, it's too dark and I can't film anything useful. More parts. And I don't know if I told everybody in here, but my Fox body exhaust is done, so that is an upcoming video that'll be here soon. We got it all buttoned up, and I think it sounds really good. I am not positive on if I have Super 40s or Delta 40s from Flowmaster. I got to pull it up. I got to see if I can find the number because it's old. They're older Flowmasters for sure. They're pretty. I mean, I think they probably got put on, I'm guessing, the 90s. But it sounds good. It's just not as loud as I really expected. It's T. Hetzler. How you doing, T? eBay special, LOL. Hey, no, Sean, I get it, my friend. I'm all about that life. I build under budget too. I got eBay performance radiator in my Fox body, and then yeah, there's some other things I was looking at too. His dad had to hire the track outside of normal hours so his son can go can get a fare. It's funny, Coral. Looks like he retrofitted one maker 1314 American. Okay. Well, that's not the concern, Sierra. Yeah, I do want the video of me on the strip for sure, and I'm gonna have one in the car. The big thing is like I mean, you've seen me locally. I take my kids everywhere. So when I go to the strip, I got to be able to leave them with someone. I got to leave them with somebody to watch me or to watch them as I'm running. And, I just need to make sure that they're safe while I'm running my quick, my little pass. And usually I go with a buddy of mine who's a drag racer, and we just kind of take turns. But I might take you up on that. I had a metal graded guards on my headlights too. Looks awesome, but the fog lights, I put the chrome bumper, needed something extra. Gotcha. MGBs like my 80 Fiat, you need to be able to wrench on it if you own one. Oh yeah, well Scott, like that was the I don't know how long you've been on the channel, Scott, but that was the inception of my channel. Was I started working on an MGB I got from my neighbor in Virginia Beach for like $500. We spent another $330 in parts because it was a budget car to get it running, and it got it running, got it registered, and I was driving it around, and I was very, very, very proud of myself because up until that point, I'd never attacked a car in that way at all. And so now, like, the channel's just an ever evolving, living documentary of me learning new skills and teaching my boys. That's what it's all about for me. Is like ensuring, like, I'm going to keep the car culture alive through my kids. I don't force it on them, but they're very interested in it. And the boys want to work on the Fox body. We have the engine here. I do need to get it to a machine shop and get them to fix that bolt hole, and then maybe we can start looking at putting it back together. But I need to get a set of stock lifters. I need to get a set of lifters. I need a cam. There's a couple things I need to pick up for my motor that I got sitting on the stand. Downhill Daddy. David, how you been, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a minute. I feel like I haven't texted you in a minute either. I installed a lower fog light kit on my boss, run them as daytime running lights. Oh, there you go. That should also lower your insurance, Scott. You should have lower insurance because of that. Let's see. What's up, Owen? How you doing? There's an Owen. You got a boss not too long ago. 1314 GT500 or 1520. Oh, 1314. Sorry. I love the S197s. I like the 350s. Don't get me wrong. And if I got a 350, it would be the latest one I could get. It would be the 20. I'd get that 2020. But I would absolutely love a 1314 500. Zeal 1 Camaros are a waste of time. Who said something about Zeal 1 Camaro? A challenger didn't want to play me. He was scared. He was scared. This guy spent too much time around 10 millimeters. You can't listen to what he says. Let's see. Sublime, how did you do? Challenger. Okay. Whoop. Scroll back down. Let's see. Sublime missing. Yeah, and it's older tech, but it's still, it's great. Can't stay long. Just want to say hello. Hey, no worries, MJI. Thanks for hopping in here. MJI, did I send you the video of the car, the exhaust? I don't know if I did. I'll have to send it to you. MJI helped me get the car running. So if I haven't sent him the video of the exhaust, I got to send it to him. Or help me get the headers on. If you don't know, guys, he came here to help me install those. It was like a 4-hour drive for him. He did not have to do that. Let's see. We got MJI. I can take part in MGB. Oh, yeah. You're not lying. You're not lying, Sean. I did that way more times than I cared to. But it was all for a stupid reason because I got sent the same part rather than a left and a right carb float. I got like 2 left carb floats. So I installed one upside down because of that. It was such a stupid problem to have. This one is only 6 tons. ONS SY5350s are a much better driving experience unless the speed is the name of the game for you. Otherwise, 14 GT500. Who cares about the driving experience, Sublime? TR6s, they look fun too. I had a friend who had one here. He's in my neighborhood, actually. He sold it and bought himself a Corvette. And now it's funny. I sold my MGB a year ago, like almost exactly a year ago from this time. And there's a guy who literally just moved in right down the street who's got a gorgeous MGB. Yeah, they're going fast. Well, we got more people in here than I have had in a while. My lives have been very brief, guys. I can actually stay on for a little bit tonight, though. So let's see. Yeah, so I've got a big anniversary that's coming up. 2 anniversaries coming up. So in February, me and the missus will have been together for 10 years, so that's awesome. But on August 12th, so in 3 more days, is my 10-year anniversary in the Navy. I've been in the Navy for 10 years. Can't believe I've been in this long. I never thought I'd be this long. I thought I was going to get out after 4 years, 4 or 5. Sublime, I'm still talking and things are happening. And who says I'm going to let you in anyway? I'd let Gary in and Mike in. Mike's garage in. I don't know if I'd let you in, Sublime. You got too much. You have too many opinions. Well, let's see. Rich, how reliable is your 350? The 350s are very reliable if you get. I mean, the older model ones. I know the older cars are having more issues. Any aftermarket warranty, Rex, used 350s need a peace of mind from engines blowing up on a $65,000 Mustang. Oh, you're not wrong there, Victor. They definitely have a better interior. Like Ford crushed that interior. And especially the digital dash of the new ones. I do really love that digital dash. I think it looks awesome. But the retro styling of this 197, that's why I love it. Oh, there's no one in the basement. I haven't opened it yet. So he's just locked out. I'm going to open it here in a minute, guys. Give me a few minutes. Appreciate it, David. Thanks, Owen. More reliable? I don't know about that. Okay, more reliable than the older 350s, yes. But you're saying more reliable than a 500? I'm not so certain. That's a good question. Oh, thanks, Gary. Too many right opinions. Never mind. I'll text you what I would do to your car show display. I would never damage your car in any way, but when you put Kermit out, I would put him in I'd throw something extra in there as a prop display and walk away. Still in factory warranty for another 6 years. That's awesome, Rich. Oh, there you go, Victor. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be in this long, but hopefully, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to retire. Probably not on active duty unless something crazy happens. I have a set of orders I'd love to pick up, but I don't think what's called a detailer who helps you pick your orders, I don't think he's going to help me out. So I'm just going to resign and finish in the reserves. I think that's my plan. Fast cars and firearms. How you doing, sir? Think about 350s. They turn into great 383 strokers. Took a 350 out of a vet and turned it into a 383 stroker and dropped it in Dad's Jeep. The 350s they're talking about, Ken, is a GT 350. So it's not an actual 350. It's just the name of the car. Oh, no. Thanks, Tim. There we go. Jacob Zolman. Anyone have experience with FRPP axle back on a Coyote looking for more deeper sound versus decibels? Well, Jacob, what platform? Are you on an S550 or are you on a S197? I think on the S550, the FRPP is not bad. MBRP on the S550s, they can sound really good, real deep. Both, Coro, both. I've been married to my wife for 10 years in February. But I've been with her, like we dated in high school. I've been with her for a long time. Only 10 years so far, dudes. So far. Dudes, I didn't even realize you're still here. Under 10,000 miles. So if you can get one with over that with a powertrain warranty, it would give peace of mind. All right, dudes, I need to know what's the count? What's the count up to now, man? I'm not checking on you. Like I was just curious before, but I just haven't been on to check. Bama says 1050 in the house. Okay. Hey, later, Bama. Thanks for hopping in here, man. Let's see. All right, so trying to think what other videos we got. So we got the exhaust video coming. We got paint correction for the Fox coming. And it's just because I can't believe it actually came out all right. And then in the winter, we'll start attacking the top. Hopefully we get the top changed out. Let's see. I need to get some boss content out for sure. And maybe I need to meet up with Sierra and just get another boss on there too. And then there's actually two bosses. Actually, Sierra, I don't know if you're still here. There's another school bus yellow boss in this area. And there was a guy who had one. He worked at Room Center, I think is what it was called. But now there's another one who I saw him, and it was like immaculate. It was it was very clean. Hey, later, Scott. Thanks for hopping in here. Yeah, go Arm. Hey, man. Yeah, I don't. No qualms with that, but we all know the Navy's really better. No, you're good, Ken. Nah, probably not, David. I don't think so. I'll go to some NOSC somewhere, and I'll be an officer in charge of who knows what. I'm also promoting on the 1st, so I should be promoting on the 1st. I'm expecting it. Oh, really? That's interesting, David. Camp Billy's sounds better. Yes, Mike. There's a huge advantage. The advantage is you do 20 years active duty. It's the best retirement you can get anywhere. You retire, you can collect your retirement, which there's two something called blended retirement system, and there's the old school retirement system. Everybody's who's new in the Navy and has to go in blended, but if you're in the old system, which I could have been if I didn't opt into blended, I could have got 50% of my pay for the rest of my life the moment I retired from active duty. So 50% of my pay grade. So I'll be a lieutenant commander here soon. And if I got out in 10 more years, I'm probably going to be a commander. So 50% of that pay is pretty sweet, which means that I could do pretty much whatever I want until I die and just be happy. What's up, boss man? Hey, Tim, have a good night, sir. Thanks for hopping in here. 3 a.m. does come fast. Yeah, we actually met. So I don't know if I've even told the story on here. I'll tell it real quick. I'll try and tell it quickly. So we met in high school, and I worked at an ice rink. I was a hockey player, and I was like a Zamboni driver, and my wife was a figure skater. So that's how we met. Now we've been hovering at 20. We've been doing pretty good tonight. If I let Sublime in, though, I noticed the number just goes. I'm kidding, Matt. S197. Okay, 13 boss. Yeah, I don't think I've heard the FRPPs on a boss, Jacob. Are those deletes? Is that set up a muffler delete? Like, will there be no resonance chamber on it? I'd have to look that up. You can kind of gauge what it's going to sound like looking up other GTs, but you got to remember that the motor is fully forged, so that's part of the reason our exhaust sounds a little bit different, because the motor is different. We have a little bit higher compression too. Or maybe it's not compression, it's like cam duration. I don't remember. I did a video on it. I have to go back. No, I don't think I've really experienced a tick. I mean, there might be a minor tick, but like nothing that concerns me. Dudes, we can talk whatever, man. Anyone experience a BBQ tick on a boss through the BBQ tick? I don't know what that is. What's BBQ tick? I never heard of anything called that. Yeah, David. I'm actually pretty excited. Pretty excited. That pay bump's gonna be nice. I could use it right now with all this freaking all this inflation. Gosh, man, my kids, they're like little money pits with food, and they're not even teenagers yet. Yeah, I mean it's really nice, Mike. Now in the reserves, I can get retirement, but I won't be able to touch it till I'm in my 60s, which is still good because I'm going to work regardless until I die. So either way, I'll feel comfortable when I'm in older age. I'll let dudes in here for sure. I enjoy talking to dudes. What's up, Miss Jamie? Favorite color, Owen? Well, I love my red, obviously, but I went to NC State, which is red. I'm a Carolina Hurricanes fan. They're red. Yeah, I love the red and black. But if I had to get another one, I would probably I like the Kona Blue, but if I had to get another one, Owen, I would go with the Competition Orange with the white stripes. So the Dreamsicle color. That's what I would go with. And if I was getting a 13, honestly, if I can get the Laguna Seca, I like the black and gray Laguna Seca. But if not, I like the School Bus Yellow. It's all right, dudes. You're good, man. I figured you were when you made that 383 comment. I have not been on this computer in a month watching YouTube. Hey, no worries, Jamie. I've been busy too. I know what you do for a living. It's pretty similar to what I do for a living. So I've been very busy. Exactly. Well, the exhaust design is part of it, Victor. But just everything, like what comes out the back, sounds a little different too. Not much different, but it is different. So I got buddies that have switched. They didn't like the side pipes, and they just took them off completely. So they're just running conventional exhaust, and they do sound different than the Coyotes. Not a lot different, but different. It's noticeable. Well, that's good, Miss Jamie. Last week's stream, I was not in my house. I was in Virginia. My friend 2640 Boss 302 Race Rig got the exact same tick after Motorcraft. It's a mystery since Ford says it's normal. Yeah, I'd use the Motorcraft. I buy my Motorcraft off of Rock Auto or on Amazon when it's on clearance. Yeah, it's a nice one. And there is a one of one, Owen. And I've seen it. There's a one of one Blaze Yellow with white stripes. It's a one-off car. I think it was owned by a Canadian. I'm not sure if it's in America now, but it might be back in Canada. Yeah, a lot of people like the Gotta Have It green too. And I didn't think about that too. The what's it? The Gotta Have It. No. What's the name of the blue? Is it Gotta Have It blue? No, that doesn't sound right. What is the name of that blue? Grabber blue. The Grabber blue on the Boss. I love it. That looks good too. Now toying around with a 389 stroker in my OBS Ford would be something with a mass airflow sensor converted. Yeah, nice. Owen, have you deleted your resonator? I'm not. All right. So Owen, I'm going to show you something because I haven't seen you in here, and I got a bunch of Boss owners. Bear with me one second, guys. Let me run out to my garage. So, my favorite mod for the Boss 302, Owen, if you haven't seen this video already, because I don't know if I've seen you in the stream before. You know, when you buy a Boss 302, your side pipes have this baffle plate in there, right? And you can see how much it restricts the flow to quiet it down. Most people take this out immediately, right? And it sounds better. Now, if you want it to sound even better, there's a resonator in there, and it looks like it's been removed, even though it hasn't. You see these welds are super crappy. These are the OEM welds that were in the car. Well, this also chokes your flow down a lot. I cut mine out, and it sounds freaking awesome. Motorcraft everything I can. I have a case of 12 Motorcraft oil for each oil change. Oh, yeah, I do that too, Sublime. I buy the case of 12, and then you get basically You almost get 3 for 2. Almost. Boss Man likes the Kona Blue. Grabber Blue. Yeah, I like Grabber Blue. Smurf Blue. There you go. Smurf Blue, that's right. No other Mustang has side exhaust pipes. Now, you're right, Owen. And I almost made Speed Addict, now known as HPR, Hilliard Performance. He had a GT500. I want to say it was a 2011, and he was running the Boss side pipes off his GT500, which is pretty cool. I almost, guys, but it was just because of the inconvenience of doing it. And I might go back and do it some other day, but I have a spare Boss mid pipe, and I almost installed that Boss mid pipe on the Fox body. And if I had done that, it would have been a 1-of-1 Fox body with Boss exhaust. It would have been cool, I think, but it just it would have required some serious modification to make it work. 11.5 quarts. Dang. I only need 9.5. He's talking about the restrictor plates. Yeah, Owen, the resonators, you cut them out. Huge difference. Hey, later, Rich. Thanks for hopping in here. All right, let me get caught up. I will open the stream now. We're almost at an hour. I'll open the stream here in a second. Yeah, they have side exhaust pipes, Owen, but they don't have side and rear. The Boss is the only car that I know that has quad exhaust. OEM. Yep, they do, Victor. They do. MRT makes a nice mid-pipe replacement too. Cooks had their own version. Flowmaster had an exhaust for the Boss. Everybody made an exhaust for the Boss. I think American Muscle has a video installing a Flowmaster Boss system. But obviously, I don't think they manufacture them anymore. So you got to, if they have them, it's just because they're in stock. MRT might still make the mid pipes. I'm not sure. '14 Explorer takes 6 quarts. Everybody's talking about oil changes. I would love the 12 Laguna Seca. There's also, Boss Man, I don't know if you saw, there was a black. There's a black with black stripe. There's like a matte black with black stripe 2012 that was owned by a Ford exec. That was a 1-of-1, and that car was sick. I think it was recently sold at auction. CJ probably burned 6 quarts. Well, that's the thing with my Fox body, right? It's leaking oil. So I just kind of keep adding it. It's just like a constant rolling oil change, and I never have dirty oil. The 73 diesel takes 2.5 gallons. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the Boss is such a special car. A side and rear exhaust, track key, Lopi idle. Shelby's don't have these features. Yeah, every car's got its own features. They're all different. Like the Shelby's got a completely different power plant. They've got their own motor too. So you gotta, take what there's advantages to both. It's just whatever you prefer. I don't know if it's Laguna Seca. I think it is. There's an article on it, Boss Man. If I can find it, I'll try and send it to you. It was recent. All right, let's see. Let's see. Copy this clipboard. Black with red stripe. Yeah. Well, there's black with red stripe, Gary, but someone had there was a 1 of 1 owned by a Ford exec. It was a matte black with like gloss black stripes, and it looked awesome. Very aggressive looking. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Trying to find the picture of it because it was not too long ago. Blue. I can't find it. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'd rather get back to the stream. All right, I'll look for it. Yes, the 13 is, but there's a 1 of 1 in the 12s. Oh, for sure is Victor. All right, I'm opening the panel. Everybody but Sublime is welcome to join. Let me see. All right. Does anyone here know Texas Revving personally? Who's Texas Revving? I don't know who that is. We got Gary, Mr. Gary. What's going on, Gary?
What's going on there, sir? How are you tonight?
All right, my volume was down. I didn't hear anything you just said.
Oh, I said, what's going on, sir? How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right, man. Just been busy as always.
So, Sublime had asked me to look for a Raptor R for a friend of his. So I called the dealership that I deal with, and he's got 3 of them that's on order.
Mm-hmm.
But one guy's thinking about changing his mind and ordered it. So anyhow, his friend has a black with the red stripe Laguna, and he wanted to trade that toward my 21 Mach 1 because he wants to track the car. He drove his buddy's Mach 1, and he prefers the Mach 1 over the Boss for tracking.
Hey, Owen, I see you're trying to come on the panel, sir. I let people on who I've seen and talked to a lot. I need to see your face, man, for at least a brief second to know you're a real person. And I'm also messaging you on Facebook to verify that this is you. Because I've seen you in the boss group. I need to make sure that this isn't a spammer who's trying to hop in. So, unfortunately, Owen, the reason I have to do this is because a lot of us have a mutual friend in here who lost his entire channel from someone doing something illicit on his stream.
Very, very bad.
Okay.
And it was the first time anything
All right.
ever happened.
What's up, Owen?
How you doing?
I've seen that dude on streams before.
What's going on, Owen? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Man, I got Sublime down here trying to get out here. He's holding up a Kermit. He can sit in there and just do nothing.
Sublime, you put red lipstick on that thing. What did you do to it? What have you been doing to Kermit?
All right, hold on. Let me close everything down because my computer's being slow. So, Owen, how long have you had your boss, man?
I've had it for about 6-7 months now. Pretty good, except the barbecue tick. Everything is great. So.
Where do you live?
I live in North Carolina.
Oh, really? Where at?
Yeah, right next to I live in Cary, so it's right next to Raleigh.
Right across the street from you.
Raleigh's like the big city near NC State.
Oh,
so
shoot. You're like
sort of the RPP area.
really. I mean, you're pretty close. Yeah, I grew up in Clayton, right outside Johnson, right in Johnson County. So I went to Clayton High, and then I went to NC State.
Wow. Yeah, you're part of the Wolfpack team, aren't you?
Yep, I'm down. So I'm down in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So I'm I'm right outside Camp Lejeune right now.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of bosses here in North Carolina.
I've yet to see a 2012. I've seen a lot of 13s.
What, the bosses?
Yeah, I haven't seen a single 12.
In the Charlotte area, there's a lot of them. There's a lot in the mountains too.
There's more 13s up here by me too.
Well, they made more 13s than they did 12s. Not many more, but they did make more. All right. What do you got going on, Sublime? You been going to a bunch of car shows?
Yeah, I went to one earlier tonight. Saw Mike's garage there.
I haven't. I realized the other day that I haven't been to a car show in like 3 months or more, 4 months. It's been a while.
I go almost every weekend.
So Owen, tell me about your car, man. How many miles you got? What's the deal with it? Any mods done to it already?
17,500, all stock, except for the baffle plates removed, and the fog lights. The previous owner replaced them. I don't really know what they're called, but that's as far as I know. That's it.
Previous owner installed fog lights?
No, he what is it called? The plates. He changed them out. So I can show you in a second here. My phone's just about to die. So.
No, you're good, man.
Oh yeah, and the Michelin tires. That doesn't count as modifications though, but
yes, it does.
They come with the Pirellis, so
those Pirellis are trash. So that's a big mod.
Yes, I did, David. And it was filthy when I got home today. I had to rush to get it cleaned. I did a pretty damn good job, if I do say so myself. It was filthy.
Yeah, I'll never buy Pirellis again.
When did you replace them when you had them?
When did I replace them?
Yeah, like how many miles?
Oh, shoot. They were on the car, so I burned them to the ground before I replaced them. I drove them until they were no longer drivable.
So you didn't like them at all?
Speaking of which, how's my rubber doing on the rear here?
I mean, they were all right when they were newer, but as they got older, they just did not grip at all.
That's okay. I bought the car. The tires were already bald.
Well, I went to the track with them, and I still they were 5 years old and they were bald, and I still put down a 12.6 with my stock tunes. I was pretty happy about that because I was spinning the entire way coming off the line. Yeah, what's barbecue tick? I've never heard barbecue tick.
Yeah, I've heard people call it that. And no, Victor, not one green rag was used today. All blue and gray.
When you basically, for me at least, when you turn the car on and it's cold, you don't hear it. After it warms up, it gets louder and louder. When you're driving by people, it's almost like a typewriter. It just ticks.
Really?
When you throttle it at 1 to 2,000, it gets worse, and then it goes away.
I've never
after
heard that.
3,000. Yeah, I can show you. It's on my car right now. I know it's pretty warm, so if I were to turn it on, you'd hear it. I have videos of it.
I've heard of the tick. It had something to do with the injectors, though. It wasn't.
Yeah, that was a direct injection issue with the later Coyotes.
But I ain't never heard of what he's talking about. I'd get that checked out if I was you.
Yeah, I've been for those cars. I never heard it either.
I took it to the Ford dealer. They told me it was normal. I have the documentation, and they said don't worry about it. But I mean, if you were to sell a car like that, to be honest, if I was a customer, I would have,
Yeah.
I'd be
No.
concerned. So
Where'd you buy your car from?
I bought it from Hendrick Dodge Chrysler in Westgate. I think it was.
Okay, so
What's the dealer
not
called? Westgate Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram. Yeah.
not Carvana. Good.
No.
So Owen, are you considering getting either the 13, 14, 500 and or Shelby, or additionally, or getting rid of the car you have to get one of those?
Well, now I can only afford to get rid of the Boss to get one of them, but eventually I'd like to own both. I'd like
Gotcha.
a Boss and a Shelby.
Yeah, actually,
But between
before
those
I
two,
got
it's a
this
hard
car,
decision.
the 14 GT 500 was the choice before this car. But
Yeah.
I didn't
You
want
have
to.
the 500.
I won't be selling my Boss. I've got too many memories in it and too much personal attachment to it. So if I ever get a 500, it'll be Edition 2 one day.
Wait, what question should I ask RAV4? Which one's he talking about?
You
Mob,
bought your
sure.
car, Mob. You bought your what's up, Mob? You bought your car down somewhere, man. You had a hell of a trip to go get that thing.
The man down by the river.
And now you're muted. Okay.
And now I'm not. You want to play that
Are
game
most
again?
people supposed to be on the show usually?
But I can remove you.
You know people. I ain't gonna say it.
What'd you say, Owen?
How many people are usually on the show? Only 4?
I can bring in 6 to be on here, or 6 including myself. You can pay to get
I
more,
wasn't
but
really familiar with this, so
I don't pay for this. I just
apologize
do it.
if I showed up out of the blue.
No, you're good, man. I'm okay with that. It's just we had a friend who's not in the stream right now, but he lit somebody in and immediately popped to basically pornographic images, and YouTube canceled his channel the next day.
Jesus.
Because he forgot to delete it.
Sorry about
And he-
that. Wow.
Yeah, he was monetized and everything, and he lost it all. So,
Yeah.
That's sad to hear.
oh yeah, people suck. That's for sure. Not everybody sucks, but some people suck.
Only Sublime sucks. Yeah. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
Right, Gary?
Sublime will be going live after this, guys.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
I'm starving though. I gotta get some food in my belly. Owen, are you selling the Boss? Or you gonna work on it, keep it?
Man, that's a tough question. I can't tell you now, but I want that Voodoo so bad. I'm telling you.
You want what bad?
Financial
Voodoo.
decision. That 350 Voodoo. It's incredible. I
See?
drove it the other day and I punched it, and it's just crazy.
What
The
year
sound
did
is
you drive?
ridiculous.
You got to be careful. Don't get
17
the
black one.
Yeah, get this. I think it's 17 and up, right, Sublime?
No, like 19 and 20. That's why I was saying earlier, the 19 and 20 350s are way, way more reliable than the 17s and 18s. Gary, what year is Kim's? 18?
See, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. You people talk this shit. You don't know what you're talking about. We've never had that
17s?
problem with my wife's 18. Hang on a
Okay.
minute.
Hold
Hang on
on.
a minute. Hang on a minute. And
That's why I was asking.
if you look at the statistics on that right there wasn't that many problems. It was the guys getting these cars out and hot rodding before they even broke them in.
No, the 17s, not the 18s.
The biggest problem was with the 15s and the 16s. The 17s, they had no more problem. Dude, I got the car sitting right here in the garage. You want to take it for a ride? See how bad it is? It's so bad.
The 17s still had problems, Gary. I know. The 18s, I wasn't sure about. That's why I was asking.
No, the 18 is the same thing as the 17. They didn't change it until
The 17s had the oil cooler.
That's what I was talking about. Yes, the oil cooler problems that they had. I thought that still ran into 17-year model year.
They didn't change this stuff over until 19.
All I know is
Voodoo Gen 2.
Drive the car. See. She's had, dude, I'm telling you, we've had the car since what, 2018?
Oh boy. Jesus. Hold on. Let me
But I'm just saying, people talk about it. But if you look
put
at
out that flame I just light under Gary's ass.
Dude, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as people say it is. But these guys getting these old cars, getting these cars brand new, not even give them a chance to break
All I
in.
know is
That's where
that
they're having all the problems.
all I know is that the Roadrunner motor, Owen, is one of the most reliable motors Ford's ever built.
It is.
Oh, I agree 100%.
It can handle a lot of power just by changing the oil pump gears.
But you need to.
It's
you
an
need to
amazing
get-
car. I'm
you need to
hesitant to
get
get
that
rid
tick
of it.
checked
I'm
out.
really hesitant.
What's up, Landon?
Yeah, you need to get that tick checked out. See what it
The
is.
Street
Whoever
Slayers.
had that car before you could have hurt that motor somehow or whatever.
It happened right after the oil change, so I mean, the Ford dealer said it was normal, so I don't know what to do about it.
Are you taking it to another? I mean, I got it. I know I hate spending money on things like that. Did you pay? Did you paid the dealership to do it, or they just do it because it's part of the deal buying a car from them?
No, I went to get an oil change from Capital Ford of Apex, and after the oil change, I noticed a tick. I came home, I'm like, what is that? And then so I phoned them, and they had the technician look at it, and they're like, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, for the newer GTs, but I don't know. I've never experienced that. And I think I remember your video on the Boss Owners group, and I remember seeing it and being like, that doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem normal. Everyone's telling me it is. I agree with you. Something about that just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because they haven't had many problems with those, with that tick or not like that. They did have a problem that I heard with the injectors, though, but I don't remember hearing anything about that on the Roadrunner, just on the Coyotes.
Right. They said it was for all the 5 liters, regardless. Is what documentation says, but I don't know how true that is.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I'd have to go listen to mine. All I know is that I used to have a 3-valve, and the 3-valve ticked a lot more than my Boss does.
Did you have any issues with it?
With what? My 3-valve? No, but it's also a lot less power, and it's not. It's like 150 less horsepower. So.
Stay in your room and don't go running out naked.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had no issues. I've had my Boss now for 5.5 years. I've had no issues with it. I love my 3-valve that I had, David. It was I wanted to put cams in it. That was the last thing I hadn't done yet.
Oh.
You choking there, Sublime?
No. Yeah, choking on my own words. Shoved them down my throat.
What's that?
Verify this
No,
is
but
you.
that's the thing, though, man. People say all the time about all the problems they have with these GT350s, but if you look at it, there wasn't that many problems. That many people that had the problems.
Well, now see, we know how to push Ford Blues buttons. We know how to push Gary's buttons. And
No, seriously, Gary. The only thing that I had heard is that the early builds, and I didn't know what years it stopped, they had the oil cooler problems. That's what Owen mentioned. That was the only thing I had ever heard.
Yeah, the 15s and 16s, they were having a problem with they were having problems with the oil.
See, and I thought that ran into 17. I wasn't sure about it.
I thought it was the 15s and 16s too, Gary.
But the thing about it is that they didn't change everything around until actually the 19s. The 19s and 20s, I think, are the ones that they actually repaired that problem with. But like I said, is that most of the problems that people were having with those cars were those guys that was running them out. They're taking them out of the showroom and then running the dog shit out of them, and then they were having issues with them.
I thought that's how you're supposed to break it in, Gary.
Oh, what's up, dudes? I was looking at the chat.
That is, but with that flat plane crank, I think they put it out too soon. That was the problem.
Oh.
David says his was the teriyaki tip.
Instead of doing what they're supposed to do, you know what I mean? Carmob says he just wants to go fast.
Yeah. I just want to see a lot of my purchases. I was buying mods pretty quickly or pretty frequently this past year, but right now I'm trying to be pretty careful because I'll be I'm not sure if I'll be in the Navy after in a year from now or not. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with my life.
What, Jamie? Are you crazy? You talking crazy?
It's much funner to crawl over stuff. Come on.
So, dudes with wrenches, how many more subs have you gotten?
Yeah, what are you up to now?
I don't know. Let me
Hey,
check.
I stopped looking. It's going up so fast I can't keep track.
I think it's here. I gotta actually give you an accurate.
It's
count.
going to be over 40. It's got to be over 40 by now.
Oh yeah, he's definitely over 40.
So probably by the end of this stream, we'll be at 43. It's at 42.
I was gonna get 43. Yeah.
That is ridiculous, man. That's so ridiculous. Oh, it's funny as hell.
Stupid fast trucks at close to 50K.
That's awesome, dude.
Well, we're getting close.
At 50K, I say you reveal the other dude with the wrench.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
It's round.
Oh.
All he's got to do is make a video, and then the next day he'll have a beard. He can make another video and be the other dude.
Hey, are you starting to you still got content you're able to make though? Like are you starting to run out of ideas? I'm just curious.
You know, I'll make about 3 videos in one day and then be able to use about, I don't know, a little bit of that footage. And then I'll kind of do that every other day. And then trade secret here. A lot of the stuff I've been putting up, I haven't actually been doing the audio while I video it.
Oh, you're doing it after the fact. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So like I'll just film a walk around of the car and then figure out what I'm going to do to talk about it later.
Got the Joe Rogan look in the avatar there tonight.
That's current, dudes. That's like yesterday.
I don't think that's Joe Rogan. Have you seen Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan has no hair.
Well, when he had hair.
Downhill Daddy, my other Mustang had the Fiesta Lime chicken tick.
Where did they get all these names from?
Texas, so it was only right.
But anywho, got all this Mustang talk going on in here today. That's weird.
Yeah, let's talk 303s.
Not off point or nothing.
Yeah, I gotta get my 302 over to the machine shop and have him finally fix that stinking bolt hole.
Hello, Gears and Wheels.
Gears and Wheels. I don't think I've seen you in here either. Welcome, sir.
Gears and Wheels. Do you know what kind of tires Sierra has on her car?
I don't know what tires she's got, but she's running Belgians, I think. So they're very pretty wheels, but they're not designed for circle track racing.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe she's got the Continental.
Here's and wheels. Yeah.
Here's and wheels. Oops.
What the heck just happened? My phone just vibrated.
Oh, you should have seen when I was at the show today. We when you get there early, you park like you would normally park along a curb. The cars line up together, and then once they shut off the road, we pull up and then angle them back angle them in. Mm-hmm. So this guy shows up in his Z01 Camaro, kind of goes in the front of the line where I was, which was no big deal. There was a spot there, and he was using his backup camera to get close to the car that was behind him so he could straighten it back out and pull up a little bit. Well, he got within like 4 inches of the car, and the car that he was backing up to was a 2003 C6 or C5 Z06 chassis interior engine with a 53 custom body on it. And when he got to like that 4-inch mark, they all, him and the other couple guys were sitting like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, dude, he's got a camera. I was like, he can see what he's doing. Just chill. And he got out of the car and literally said it. He's like, it's all right, guys. I got a camera here.
Yeah, I've seen those before. I've seen those.
What? Yeah.
They're pretty neat.
I would have hit it.
No, supposedly there's only 2 of those.
You would have hit it.
I would have hit it.
Yeah.
Have a nice interior.
They made one like that. They call it the 567, but they did a very similar thing to that with a Corvette, and they put like a 57 Chevy front end and a 59 rear and like all this crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, yay.
I saw someone took it was like when did they start making the Crown Vic? It was in the 50s, right? Someone took a 50s.
Sure.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it was. If it wasn't, then I don't know. But look, I think it was a 50s Crown Vic, and they took the entire drivetrain and interior out of like a 14 Mustang GT. And they swapped it in, and they named the car Incognito. Oh, it was so sick. It was so sick.
See, I used to love custom cars, but then I don't know. At some point, they just got really weird, and people were just slapping stuff together, and it just looks cheap to me.
Slapping.
So, somebody sent me this article. Hold on, let me see. This is an interesting discussion here. Hold on. Someone I guess it was on a Hot Rod magazine. A Ford inline 6 with Chevy LS heads.
Yep, I've seen that. 400s, 300, and then they cut ahead, and then they extend it and weld it back together, and they're putting the LS head on top of the Ford 300.
Yep.
It's a cool build. I've actually watched a couple guys do it with turbos and intakes.
Very interesting.
Guess you can't beat the flow of them LS heads. I don't know.
Where's 4 Blue when you need them?
The Ford LS heads was made. Ford's the ones that designed
351 and sorry.
Ford's the one that designed them.
Well, yeah, you can say Hemi designed the hemispherical head, and they're all kind of using that. So.
Owen, if you want to come back in a bit, man, just hop back in. But I'm going to drop you out of here.
Yeah, the Hemi's been around a lot longer than people really realize.
Oh yeah, when the Hemi was a small little 300 cube engine.
Right. But I heard people using Cleveland heads on 306 cylinders. How the hell they do that?
Oh, it takes a lot of work, and I've seen a lot of guys do a lot of crazy stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, it works great, and until it usually overheats and self-destructs. It's always the part in the engineering that doesn't quite work. Water jackets don't line up with non-existent water jackets.
Where's Salty at?
I don't know. He's been MIA a little bit here and there now.
Well, I've been so freaking busy. Like, I just happened to have some time this evening. I was going to study. So I have something I'm working on, a certification, but I need.
But you're a military dude. We understand that.
Yeah. Salty's busy. He's got RC
nothing
cars.
better to do. Well, so when I got home from work today, I put an alternator on my daily, which sucked. And
I hate working on my daily.
Yeah, it's a low maintenance vehicle because I just don't maintain it. And then I went and cut up a tree for my grandfather. Came back and pulled the car out of my garage and cleaned my garage a little bit because it's a disaster. And then I came in here and jumped on here.
What kind of work do you do, dudes?
What kind of work do I do for a living?
Yes.
Oh, I do communications work for a large power company.
Okay, cool.
Communications.
Yep, I am.
You're in Iowa, so are you not at liberty to say what company that it might be?
No, I'm not at liberty.
Well, I figured. Yeah, I figured.
They have PR people that definitely suggest not to do that.
The only reason why I said this because I wonder if my big electrical company out here is the same one by you. I know they're pretty Midwest.
What's your?
He just doesn't want to talk about it, Sublime. He doesn't want to talk about it.
When he said large, I figured that was enough to say that, hey, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. The large one out here is ComEd. It's
ComEd?
ComEd.
No, not part of our umbrella.
All right.
Well, that's when you know you're too big of a company, when you have terms like umbrella.
He can tell you, but he'd have to kill you.
Yeah, there you go.
His truck said.
Yeah, I see it.
Well,
That would be good.
It's a 2-guy operation, and we service 300 plus substations, probably 15 to 20 service buildings, truck radios, wind turbines, fiber optics across the whole state. Lots of stuff.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to bring up real quick. You guys were talking about the quick jack earlier on how high it goes. If I'm not mistaken, 21. It goes more than 21 inches. My neighbor has one, and he keeps his Z06 on it all winter long, and it sure looks like it's higher than 21 inches.
There's different
My
models.
uncles went 3 feet.
See, that's what I thought. I thought there were different models that go different heights.
Yeah, my uncle's went because he used his to do the body work.
3 feet, exactly what I said.
I don't know who Texas Revving is, Owen. Never heard of him.
I don't trust any of those fancy quick jack things. It just looks like a good way to die.
They have locks. They have locks on them.
It just reminds me of scaffolding for your car.
And I would also like just I'd put a jack or another. I'd have a stand under it just as a catch to possibly save my life if the car starts going down.
It doesn't even say how high they lift on here.
Yeah, my uncle's was, like I said, it was 36 inches. So they probably have different ones.
It says 66-inch lift.
No, yeah, that's not it. But yeah,
So
East Coast said it right. They got 2, maybe 3 different height ones.
Harbor Freight has a scissor jack, but like that's completely useless. You can't do any transmission or.
It's Quick Jack 5000.
I thought about getting one for a short period of time.
Maximum lift height 24.25, so 2 feet.
I do so much work on my own cars, you know. What's up, Swaps?
Yeah, this one for cars says it's only good for 2 feet.
So they probably have a 24, 36, and maybe a smaller size than the 24.
That doesn't seem like much.
Yeah, I know. See, that's why I could have swore it was at least 3 feet. That there was enough room to.
Here's the thing, though. So 24, most floor jacks don't lift past like 19 to 20. So you still got 3 inches on a standard floor jack.
Which ain't much, really. Yeah. I guess.
I mean, that's not what she said, but.
That's like between the difference between going like this and like that.
Well, when you're underneath something, bending and rolling around, that little extra.
True.
I know I was underneath a car pulling a motor on Sunday, and it needed to be higher, but I was getting pretty sketchy in the air.
Gary, Matt, I'll let you answer Owen's question.
What's that?
He said, "Is YouTube?" I asked Matt, "Is YouTube worth it for the average car guy?" He said he likes making YouTube videos.
No,
I mean, you're not gonna make. And it depends.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it depends what you want to get. If you enjoy making videos, then yeah, absolutely.
If you're doing it for historical remembrance, definitely.
My take on it is that it's the friends I met, the people I got to know, and stuff like that. The money and everything else means nothing.
Yeah, because you're not going to make any.
He said it best.
I mean, that's just it right there. I mean, you know, I got Car Mob, I got Matt, I got you guys. I mean, these guys, they're phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I do this for. And I think a lot of other friends too, you know.
I think it's a bad idea to go into YouTube thinking, I want to be famous. I want to make money. That's why I'm doing this. If you do that, you're just going to be sad.
Easy to say when you're famous.
I'm who's
famous? I'm just saying, though, you know, the guys that I've met in person, you know, Barbecue Mike, Blind, Car Mob, you know, Charlie, you know, Street Slayers. I mean, all these guys are just freaking good people.
Damien,
and I'm glad I do what I do just to meet them. But as far as the money goes, you know, I guess you have to have 1 million subscribers to show any profits.
Yeah. Damien, I don't think I've ever seen you in here. Welcome to the stream. Worst car I've ever owned.
Dudes wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Our mom says I'm just a retard with a camera who happens to have a couple nice.
I have a good answer for this question.
I have a really good one.
The worst car I ever owned was also like one of the best deals on a car I ever owned. I had a 87 Plymouth Reliant K wagon that used to be a Marine staff car. My dad bought it for $260, and it drove another 60,000 miles before I nuked the engine.
What's up, Shell? Mine was an 86 Mercury Lynx. And whenever I would drive it home from work, as soon as it got to warm operating temperature, whenever it felt like it would die and it wouldn't start until it cooled off again.
Stupid Fast does it for all the chicks.
All the ladies.
Yeah, that Lynx was not a fun car for a daily.
So my answer to worst car ever, I can't really say I dedicate too many things. Like if I invest money in something, I probably go too far with it every time. So like if something's messed up, I'm just gonna fix it, regardless of how poor the car is. So I've put way too money into really bad cars.
Hey, Michelle.
So to say, what was the worst car you ever owned? Well, worse when I started or like when I finally got rid of it, and most things I don't get rid of. So I get my use out of them. Worst car. Let me think about that for a while.
You've had so many. It's like good luck.
Yeah.
Now Stupid Fast Truck said the worst car he ever owned was a Pontiac 6000. We had a Pontiac 6000 that was just a beast.
Pontiac 6000. Why am I not remembering that car?
Chevy Celebrity, Pontiac 6000, Old Sierra,
Right.
like mid 80s, 4-door, front wheel drive, 2.8 V6.
Yeah, we had one that was a beast.
Oh, okay.
Think mid-size Cavalier.
Yeah.
I've junked a lot of cars, so I don't know what would be the worst one I ever owned.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: worst one you ever owned, or worst one you drove regularly.
The worst one I drove regularly was a '72 Roadrunner.
I didn't
I would
like.
say drove regularly.
I didn't like. I had a Buick Century, which was a reliable car. I just hated it.
So here's always been my problem: is if I had a car that was underperforming or being a piece of junk, it just got swapped out for one of the other cars. So.
All too recent.
Yeah. Like I didn't have a daily until today. I actually have been getting a ride from my wife to work for the last 2 days. That's how sad this is right now. I'm like,
I
wow,
remember you talking about that the other night.
everything's broke.
I love my daily. It's like driving a big
Car Mob out of here? Later, Mob.
Later, Mom.
Take care, Carl. We'll talk later, buddy.
A Mitsubishi Mirage was the best car you owned?
Oh.
My sister-in-law had one of those back in the day. They actually ran for a long time.
Worst car.
I mean, Mitsubishi's they made one of the best fighter airplanes ever made in World War II.
I have the worst car I've ever driven only because I treated it badly. But I had an 86 Celebrity that we used to just beat the living snot out of. And I talked about before about driving around without a front windshield and, just one of its biggest issue is the shifter cable broke going down to the transmission. So for the longest time, we would always just drive it and we'd just be like, all right, somebody has to get out and like reach in the hood and put it back in park. And if you didn't have somebody, you just drive it up against a wall and then just put it in park or stall it out. And then it's just like, that's what you do. So
I have to say the most indestructible vehicle I ever owned was a '72 Chevy pickup, 3/4 ton, 4x4. That thing, I don't care what you did to that thing, it kept on going, man.
I got one of those that won't die too.
Dude, every time you talk about that car that had the no windshield, I think about somebody's comment that said, the bugs, just for a second, the bugs actually thought they made it until they hit the back window.
Well, the worst part about that car too was, so I remember I was bringing my buddy home. He'd been drinking, and he had this really nice '84 Chevy pickup that he had just had painted. And I was making fun of him, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get close to your truck," because he'd get all mad about it. And I drove really close to his truck, and I kind of misjudged the distance, and the tip of the mirror on that Celebrity scratched the side of his truck as I drove by it. And I was like, "Oh crap!" And he jumped out all mad, and he came back over to the car and he kicked the mirror off the side, just smashed the mirror off the side, and then climbed on top of the car and caved in the roof, and the dome light fell down and everything. And he's like, "There, now your piece of shit car is broke." And I'm just like, "That's fine." We pushed the roof back up, and I hung a Chevy truck mirror or something on the side of it with some self tappers and moved on.
David, I think he's still in here, but he wasn't talking and he muted himself, and I didn't know if he left, so I just dropped.
Well, his phone battery was going real low too.
Yeah. Oh, and you're welcome back if you want to hop in here. I am tired. I have a baby, and I work in the military, so I stayed pretty tired.
Your baby's got
I need coffee.
So go get some.
Nah, it's too late for that.
Too late for that.
Oh, that's right. It's already 11 by you.
I mean, I could drink a coffee and still like conk out. I don't want to taste the coffee in my mouth an hour before I sleep.
Hey, you want to hear a good one about that celebrity too? He had a bent axle. I don't know what we did. We jumped it or something. But if you tighten the lug nuts, it would vibrate so bad the studs would break. So as long as you just kept the studs loose, they wouldn't break. So we would actually run an open lug nut and then an acorn on top of it to kind of lock the lug nut on and then just let it wobble. It was good times.
I know my sister-in-law had a Beretta, a little V6 Beretta, and that car, man, she drove it till the body fell off that thing.
Yep. Remember, we lost a rear wheel cylinder because it started leaking. So I just took the line and I cut it and I put a compression fitting and a cap on it, and I was like, it don't need that brake.
Oh, you're good, Owen. You're good, man. A lot of guys, I didn't know a lot about like the Fox body when I got it. I'm still always learning. I mean, there's people with different levels of experience. Like Gary's got a lot of car experience here. I like to bounce my questions off of, and before I decide to tackle anything. So
I'm a woodworking guy. I know nothing about cars.
my dad's a woodworking guy. My dad's channel's past mine somehow. He's doing pretty well.
Does he call and tell you about it? Like, hey, check what's going on over here. Son.
Well, I don't know if he's. I don't know if he might because he's a woodworker, professional woodworker, so he's also selling stuff that he makes his videos on. So he might have paid for some advertising, which got him some more views. So I don't know, I'm not sure.
That's what I need.
I don't pay for anything. Like whatever I have is organically grown. That's just how it is.
I've said that to a bunch of people lately. Like, if you ever think you're gonna cheat YouTube out of something, and like get something by like, hey, having people watch a bunch of stuff or fake things, it's never gonna work. Like, it's just they're smarter than that.
Dips and that.
Yeah, I just enjoy what I do, man. And if I get anything for it and I can put it towards my car to help improve it a little bit and keep making other content, then that's great. That's all. And my boys love it. You know, this is just my hobby with my kids. Kids are getting older. They're going to get more into this stuff. And then when they're not here in my house anymore, hopefully YouTube still has all my videos and I'll go back and watch them.
Well, you know, the thing about it is I've gotten some pretty nice checks from YouTube. I mean, nothing, you know, not like $1,000 or anything like that, but I've gotten some pretty nice check from YouTube. And, you know, so I mean, it pays a little bit, but I seem to make more money in the wintertime than I do in the summertime because you have more people watching in the wintertime.
Yep.
But I mean, it's really not about the money though, man. I mean, the money's just a bonus, you know.
I keep losing watch hours.
And the crap we learn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, I started doing, like Miss Jamie said, I started doing it like actually trying during COVID because there was no car shows. And then I was documenting stuff I was doing with my boys. People started asking about the boss, started doing videos on the boss, and then I decided to get rid of the MGB, and now I just am a Mustang channel.
Mustang channel.
I was about to go all
I figured I'd get a lot more views on my 70 than I would my 21, but it don't work that way. The 21 gets way more views than the 70 ever got.
Yeah, it's because it's new. It was one of the latest and greatest. I mean,
I think the reality of it is the generation of people that prominently look on YouTube. Like,
yeah, because if I go to a car show sometimes, dude, I get people walk up to me and don't even know it's a Mustang.
Yep. Well, it's like when I bought my 65 Chevelle, I don't know how many people are like, what is that? It looks like a Chevy. It's like, what? You don't know a Chevelle when you're looking at one? Not a 65.
No, they don't, stupid fast truck. They don't do well at all.
Nope.
I mean,
Fox
None of my
bodies have
long
their own.
format
I've
videos
learned
are
that Fox bodies have their own group, and like a lot of the Fox guys don't watch the Boss videos, and
That's
vice versa.
550 videos.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see that in the
But-
Dodge community a lot too.
Well, I will say when I did make some videos, Gearhead actually watched some of them and commented.
So the S650 is coming out in September, huh?
Yeah, they're going to debut it at Detroit, I believe.
F650.
It looks too close to the 550 to me.
It looks like somebody punched it in the nose.
Yeah, there you go.
That's exactly what it looks like. Somebody punched it in the nose, nice and evenly.
Why did they do that?
Because apparently their engineers aren't
They're
very
bored.
good.
Aren't
They
smart.
They couldn't come
Not
up with
too-
something more original than the S550, so they had to kind of copy off the S550.
See, I remember seeing some renderings for the S650 months back, maybe a year back, and it looked like it was going to go sleeker. You know what I mean? Shorter window, or not as tall a window on the sides, sleeker headlights, stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like a gold one that was out. It looked really
And it almost seems like they went the exact opposite direction. It's like, dude,
Right.
what's wrong with you guys?
Because they're over genius.
Yeah, there you go.
But on the Camaros and stuff like that, dude, that was the thing with them, is that people said they couldn't hardly see out the windshield of them.
Yeah, plus they said they had bad blind spots.
Right,
They
right.
do.
So the Camaro, but the Dodge Challenger, dude, those things, they're nice. I like them.
You can see out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, to sit in a Challenger is not bad. Like, they're comfortable more so than a Camaro. I've driven both, and the Camaro was fun to drive, but it wasn't that fun, and you couldn't see a thing out of it.
See, that's what I heard. I've never been in the Camaro because I had no interest in it, but the Challenger I like.
So, what are we doing here?
James World, party time.
Oh,
I thought that was Van Halen.
What?
Oh, I remember this.
That was Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Where's World? That remind me.
did you know he's like some kind of politician in Canada now?
Yeah, he hasn't made any movies or anything in a long time.
No, he got out of acting and he became a politician in Canada, and he gained a lot of weight, and he just looks old.
Ken Dudes with Wrenches has a third gen Camaro. Oh, yeah, I think you know that probably.
I don't have third gen Camaro. You don't own third gen Camaros; they own you.
They own you. No, Owen, I doubt it highly. Highly doubt it.
You'll never see a Boss 429 ever again. Not in that factor. No, they may call something a Boss 429, but it ain't gonna be nothing like it was.
Yeah, not where they're producing it.
See, I actually want to buy another third gen and do some like things that people will hate with it.
Yeah.
And laugh when it's faster than my V8 one. But it has to be a nasty third gen, like on the ropes third gen, like needs floorboards and stuff.
David, I honestly will not. I probably won't be buying any more Fords unless it's a Mustang in the future. I don't think I'm going to buy any more standard cars, SUVs from them. I'm probably everything else that I'm getting just to drive daily and reliably is going to be a Toyota or a Honda, probably.
That's sad.
I love my. Well, so the Tundra though, the Tundra's freaking more American than the F-150. More parts are made here in America than the F-150.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm just going to say all cars are pretty much some percentage foreignly built, regardless of brand.
For sure.
So
the percentage is just higher for the F-150.
Yeah, I'm really bad about like for the longest time I wouldn't buy anything that wasn't made in America, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then like
I was
the
too.
American stuff was failing me, and I was just like, okay. And
I was the same
daily a
way.
Nissan, so
I was the same way until my dad bought his first Tundra, and like literally drove the piss out of it. And actually, we had an 87 Toyota pickup that my dad bought that had 250,000 miles, and it rode like it was brand new. It was a 22R motor. It rode like it was brand new, and he sold it and it had like 300,000. Still running like it was brand new.
Well, that was the whole thing right there. These trucks and cars and everything we buy nowadays, all the parts are imported.
Yep.
The only thing they do is put them together here in the assembly line.
Yep.
Dudes, you were talking about doing builds that piss people off. How about doing an LS swap in my car? Think that would offend a few Ford fanatics?
I'm going way past that. It would just offend people, but that wouldn't be that big a deal. People are like, oh, you put an LS in something. Everybody does that, you know.
Yeah, true.
I want to put a K swap in a 3rd gen Camaro. Honda motor. And then I want to call it the Hong Kong Camaro.
I'll put a JDM in a Pontiac Ventura.
What's up, next gen?
Next gen car guys.
What's up, next gen?
Oh, you go. Save your gas.
Hi, Miss Kim.
I could Honda K swap a 3rd gen, get super good mileage, put a turbo on it, and make more power than the V8 one I have. And then put a big can on it in 2 steps, like the
What was that movie? God, it was one of the Fast and Furious, the Tokyo Drift one, where they threw the 2JZ in the
Mustang.
Mustang.
That's all they had there.
There's another car. I don't remember. A Chevy Love.
Oh yeah, Chevy Love was a Zuzu for sure.
All right, I think I might actually end this stream because I'm getting tired.
What I like is the vet that guy had. What is that?
I'm gonna eat a bowl of cereal and then I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Eat a bowl of cereal. Is your fridge dented back there? Or is that like magnets on it?
What's up?
Your fridge looks all dented up.
It is dented up.
Gary noticed that earlier.
It was the previous owners.
Oh.
He's saying that.
Yeah, I have anger management problems. You guys never see it, but I'm a very angry person.
Yeah, the super fast truck, the Chevy Love trucks were rust buckets, but man, they made cool hot rods.
Yep, they were the original.
Oh, how's the baby, Matt?
He's good. He's
He's big now. How many months?
He turns a year old this month.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
He should be drinking and smoking by now. Come
on. He can walk. He can pretty much. He can stand up. But he's trying to
wobbling a little bit.
He's all over the place. He'll climb my stairs if you're not paying attention. He'll be like 10 stairs up before you're. You know,
oh my God!
Like I'll put him down in the middle of the floor and I'll turn around to go get like a glass of water or something. I'll come back and he'll be like halfway up the stairs. I'll be like,
oh, that's fast.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he learned fast.
He's fine as long as he doesn't start sliding backwards. Then he falls and then.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to turn the butt first, going back, sliding down. That's the safest. To slide back. With your butt.
I say I'm getting out, and then the stream starts popping, and people start popping.
Well, you have a good night, brother. Thanks for having me up. I'll talk to you guys later on.
Later, Gary. Have a good night, man.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get off. I think Sublime said he was gonna go live, guys. So
I can't.
No, you have to work.
I gotta work.
I gotta edit videos. So.
You have to work.
Yep. So everybody head over to Sublime's channel. He'll be going live here.
Negative. Negative. You never closed this door.
All right. Everybody have a good night. I need to get some sleep, but appreciate everybody hopping in here. Enjoyed today's stream for sure.
All right. Later, guys. See y'all. Have a good night. Take care, everyone.
Yep.
Later.